What's going on, guys? So we have a Nesco food dehydrator. We've made jerky with it, we've dehydrated peppers with it, we've dehydrated potatoes with it. We've used it some. I'm gonna say that we have not used it enough for it to stop working. But as it is right now, it has quit. Plug it in. That's the only way to turn it on and off, is you plug this in. It doesn't come on, and I got to doing a little digging on it and figured out what's wrong with it. So I'm going to move the lower trays out of the way, and we're going to get over here to the main component part of it. And there's a whole bunch of screws in the bottom of this where the fan and the heater mechanism and stuff is. There's going to be 4 long ones that holds this outer handle on right here. We're going to take those out. Just like this. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 screws around the fan heater assembly that has to be taken out. Now you can probably see on the camera, I've already had most of these out. I just set them back in just so I wouldn't lose them while I was waiting on parts to come in. And I'm going to show you what it's going to take to fix it as soon as I get this cover pulled loose. Alright, so now I went through, took all the screws out of it. This piece right here lifts up now. It's going to be a little bit hard to see until I get the wires pulled through. But if you can look up under here, all the way back here in the back, there's this little like fuse type deal. Apparently these things are only good for 5 or 10 years and they start to go bad. And I've got a pack of them here. Got these off of Amazon. I think they were like $5 with Prime shipping delivered to the door. There's 3 of them in here, so that gives us at least 15 years on this dehydrator. But this is what it looks like. It's basically just a fuse. I'm sure there's other technical terms for it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tack life meter and I'm going to flip it over to resistance and set it on tone, and I'll set it over here close to the camera. That way you'll be able to hear it. And I'm going to touch it across from one side to the other. Now, as you can hear from the tone, we've got continuity in this. And that's what we need. We need continuity. When I come in here and test this one, which I'm going to try to do and let you see with the camera, we have nothing. I can't get any resistance, no continuity, nothing. So that tells me that this thing has gone bad. That being said, what we'll have to do is pull the handle up a little bit here, pop the knob off, easy enough. And right here on the top, there's a zip tie right here that we're gonna have to take loose. We'll pull out the trusty old Leatherman tool here, pop that off. Zip ties are easy to come by, I'm sure most of you have them. And you're going to see in here that you have the white wire and the red wire coming up. Now we're not going to have to completely disconnect these. Since we took that loose, what we're going to be able to do is take the red, the white, and it looks like there's a black going down there as well. There is, and it runs right over here. We're going to take it loose because it has a spade terminal on it. Just like that. And that, well, take the other one loose as they're wrapped together. There we go. That should give us enough room to pull that down. Now this one here I'm just going to snap back in. We know it goes to the first one. We should have enough to pull this out now. Just like that. So now we've got this thing pulled out, and I think the biggest challenge for this is the fact that this thing is crimped in. I'm going to have to go in here and try to get a pick or something and open these crimps up so as that I can put the new one in. And you'll notice that instead of it being straight, this one's kind of bent. So what we'll do is we'll try to take it out and we'll mimic that form when we put this one back in. So in essence, what it ends up being is an exact replacement. And if you look at the green writing with the black tip here, it's got the exact same numbers on it. These are on Amazon. They're listed as a SF129E thermal cutoff. So give me a few minutes here. We're going to pry this open, get it opened up where we can get this out and get the new one in. Okay guys, so I got it out. I cut the video because it's a pain to pry these open. You have to use like a little blade on a knife or something to that extent and wiggle it in there. Once you get it in to a point where you can loosen it up and pull this out of it, and then you can actually get a pick or something in there to open those up. They're basically just like little crimps that close over. You want to open them up just like this. That way what you can do is you can put the new one in there and then just squeeze it right back over. Now we got this out. I'm going to go ahead and test it. And we are no good there. And we are no good there. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and bend this over and shape it like it needs to be, which was nothing more than a 90-degree bend one way and a 90-degree bend the other way, just like that. So we're going to have that on both sides. What I'll do is I'll set this in here and we'll measure off where it needs to be bent. Now, there we go. We've got it bent just like our old one. Now you'll see it's too long. So what we're going to have to do is cut this off just a little bit here. And there we go. So that's got to set back in. Now if we just take our tool from Tack Life and test this, we got continuity. So we're good to go. Now all I have to do is just take my little pliers here and I'm going to squeeze these terminals together and get this thing set back in place. And once it's in place, we'll be ready to put it back together, plug it in, and give it a test. There's that side nice and snug. And there's that side. Alright, there we go. So now, all we got to do, put it back together. Easy enough. And once we get it back together here, we'll plug it in and see if it'll fire up and run. If it will, well, we saved ourselves, I don't know, however much a dehumidifier is. Or a dehydrator. Dehumidifier. Too many dehumidifying words for me to keep up with. Alright, so guys, for the video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 2 screws in right here. There's that. And flip this back over. I'm going to connect these black wires back. Just like that. Then do the same thing with this one. Snap it back in like it should be. Now I need a zip tie to put around these to put them back the way they were. But we should be able to, at this point, plug this in and it should come on and start running. Now I got a plug underneath here. If I can get it plugged in. There we go. Fan's running. It's producing heat. We fixed it. Ha ha! That's what I'm talking about. So now, all that's left is to put the rest of the screws in this, put the handle back on the top, put a zip tie on that, put it back together, and we will have our dehydrator fixed and back operational where we can dehydrate some more stuff. Guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope this helps you out. Hope it saves you some money somewhere down the road. Again, like I said, bought these on Amazon. They were, I think, $5 for 3 of them. I think one of these dehydrators is You might catch them on sale for $29 or so, 30 bucks. We saved $25 by fixing it ourselves. And the thing of it is, if it goes out again, we've got 2 more of these. So that's usually the only thing that's going to fail on them unless the heating element goes out. But that gets them back going. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. Be sure and stick with us. We're going to be coming to you with more videos, from how-tos to reviews to unboxings and everything in between. So be sure and hit that subscribe button, tick that bell so you get notified when we release new videos. Give us a thumbs up and drop comments or questions down below.